if you're watching this video expecting some sort of Bedwars video or an ACS video, then you are mistaken. This is an informational video for ACS2 only. I will be talking about rules and plugins and all that. Okay. Hi, my name is Ozvox, and today I'm joined with FFP Gamer.
Hello, today we're going to talk about ACS2.
So, yeah. First thing is the start date and time. So, the date we're going to start on is the 27th at
10 a.m. actually, yeah.
So, yeah. And the event we're going to be hosting is a surprise, although I will tell you, start trying to do achievements.
Yeah, we're going to do something achievement related. We will say what the final thing is on our Discord server. The link is going to be on screen and also
In the
probably in the
description.
description, yeah. So yeah, join our
Uh,
Discord. We'll have more updates there. And yeah.
so yeah, let's start off with the Vanilla Tweaks well, not mods, plugins
Sort of just
slash
add-ons.
resource packs. Yeah,
Yeah.
add-ons. So yeah, first things first is the resource pack. Now these are all really minor things, not game-changing at all, although it just makes stuff look cooler. So anyways, first things first is different stems. So like melon and pumpkin has different stems, and the iron golem will actually have like poppies blooming on it. The shields you know when you put a banner on a shield, that will actually display the correct banner pattern instead of the weird like 6 pixelate
Yeah,
things.
low res, like
Yeah.
terrible
Anyways, and then
pattern.
there's gonna be unique dies so that all the dies are like different. All the dies are gonna be different shapes. Then there's gonna be ashless campfires, self-explanatory. The leather armor when it's colored is no longer gonna have the weird, ugly brown spots. And then all the sorts of like grass, mycelium, like nylium, snow, podzol, all that, and even paths are going to be dropped down lower as to create a smoother transition when you're making stairs or something, or just hilly. You know, it's just lower. That way you don't see a bunch of dirt. And then there's visual infested stone items and visual infested copper items, which basically means that there's going to be a border around the item, not the block. So when you place the block, it's normal, but just to make it easier so that in a chest you don't accidentally pick up infested when you're looking for normal and vice versa. Then there's going to be clear banner patterns, which basically means the banner pattern item will actually show the banner pattern on it, a small thing there. Then there's going to be kelp have aged fully will actually have flowers blooming on top. Redstone ore will appear unlit, and then when you step on it, it'll light up instead of just having it be red and then it creates light when you step on it. It actually look dark and unlit. So I personally think that looks really cool, especially for my base. But anyways, then there's visual honey growth, visual sapling growth, and there's visual note blocks. So basically those three mean that on a beehive you can see the honey stages. Like you'll see a bit of honey and then you'll see more and more type thing, and then when it's full it'll be the full honey texture. The visual sapling growth basically means that there's 2 stages of sapling instead of just a small and then all of a sudden it's a big tree. It'll actually grow to 2 blocks tall and then become the tree. So I think that looks pretty cool. And then the note blocks is basically you can see the pitch and what instrument it is on the note block itself. Then there's unobtrusive rain and snow, so basically that lowers the particle amount to make it less laggy. Whenever you're holding a totem in your hand or offhand, it'll make it invisible to you, so other players can still see you're holding it, but it'll just make it invisible on your view, on your HUD, or HUD. Anyways, then there's cleaner world border, once again just for lag reasons. Then there's 3D trapdoors, doors, lily pads, iron bars, and chains. Personally, I think the chains looks the best, but it basically just makes the texture 3D. Then there's a bunch of just stitch fixing. So like for example, a villager cloak will actually bend down, like go down all the way and actually look good, and it'll look like curved as you can see here. And I'm also going to show you blazes. Have you ever noticed that the underside of the end rods on the blaze entity is actually a weird color? And so yeah, we changed that. And then there's just a bunch of other smaller things, like particles will be slightly smaller, and particles, whenever you eat something like a stew or something, it'll actually have the right particles. But anyways, just things like that. And then there's actually going to be bedrock piston arms. So pistons work exactly the same, except that the piston arm will look better. Then there's also, on the sticky pistons, you can see that there's slime on the side of the piston. So that's also a fix. And then there's connected and variated bookshelves, so it's not the same bookshelf pattern over and over. There's nicer fast leaves, so if you got like fast graphics on, it'll actually look better. It'll look like green instead of just black. And then there's actually the dark oak leaves will actually look darker. So that's all the resource pack things. And Alex, tell us about the mod that also adds a bit of resource pack thing for darkness.
So yes, pitch darkness is a great mod because instead, like in normal Minecraft, when it's at light level 0, you can see like the edges of all the blocks around you, and it doesn't feel like actual darkness. You see, because in real life, everything looks more like blurry and hard to like notice in the dark. So that's what pitch darkness does. It adds more of a silhouette to things that are in the distance, uh, compared to the rough and clear edges that you can normally see. So it
Exactly.
adds to the atmosphere, it makes it more interesting, and it's gonna make some builds more spooky. And I hope that you watching this, if you join ACS, that you
Gonna use
have
this
fun
in the
with this.
buildings.
Yeah, indeed.
And slight hint over here, uh, that is actually going to be crucial to my base. So all of you trying to
Mhm.
guess what my base is going to be, that's going to be crucial to it. But anyways, now let's go over to the plugins and stuff from Vanilla Tweaks, and we'll go over these a lot quicker because there's a lot less of them. So anyways, first things first is all like the crafting tweaks. So first one is dropper to dispenser, which basically means instead of having to craft droppers, or sorry, dispensers really annoyingly because you have to craft a bunch of bows and then put one at a time, you can just craft droppers and then add a bow to it. That way it makes it so much quicker, or you can just add the crafting recipe of the bow around the dropper, and it actually works into a dispenser. So yeah. And then the next one is Blackstone acts exactly the same in crafting for cobblestone. And you might think, hey, why does that need to happen? Isn't it all fixed? Well, no, you're wrong. For
Mhm.
example, there's a couple things. For example, the brewing stands and stuff, they don't work with Blackstone, and just minor things like that. So we're just being safe. And we're going to do Blackstone to cobblestone. Then powder to glass is a very interesting one. So basically, it's if you run out of sand, you could just use gravel instead by making concrete powder and then smelting it into glass. So I think that's pretty cool. Then whenever you craft trapdoors and stairs, it'll actually give you more than usual. Um, Same with bricks. And then you can also craft gravel out of 4 flint. You can craft name tags, and you can actually unpack wool into string. So that'll be useful. And yeah, that's all the crafting ones done. Now for the actual changing ones for plugins. So first thing is AFK display. So basically if someone's AFK for like 5 minutes, it'll actually gray out their name in the tab. Next one is Enderman cannot grief, so they can't pick up any blocks unless they spawn with that block in their hand, making it one, much more rare, like much rarer, and two, making it that Enderman can't destroy your base, especially for bases using blocks that Enderman can take, like dirt and cobble.
Yeah. Wait, they can take cobble?
I'm pretty sure they can, or stone, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, then it's armor statues, so basically you can change armor stands into whatever position you'd like. Now, I know FFP Gamer loves this one, so I'm gonna let you describe it a bit.
So I think with the one that we're using, by Vanilla Tweaks, is basically you get this book if you just name a normal book, then it gives you this great book with a menu inside where you can modify armor stands to do anything from a range of, making them smaller to changing like their arm positions or making them, rotate. And there's already some presets on there to make armor stands look like they're, just like waving or doing, normal things like sitting. And I absolutely love this because you can do a lot of interesting things with it and add some small details to interesting builds.
And you can
And
even add like custom animals because you can actually make the armor stand invisible as well.
yeah, you can use multiple armor stands in the same spot to make these like really interesting sculptures and animals and stuff like that. It'd be perfect for a zoo design. And yeah, I mean, I love this mod just way too much because it just has a spot in my heart. And this mod actually goes perfectly with the fact that if you kill a player in ACS, it drops their head. So you can just make custom heads and make these really cool, amazing ideas and innovations.
And yeah. So talking about heads, there's the player heads, as you've already said, and then there's also mob heads. So basically, whenever you kill a mob, there's a chance, and keep in mind a very small chance or large chance, depending on the mob, that it'll actually drop its head. And personally, I think these heads look really cool. But anyways, let's get some quick ones out of the way. Cauldron concrete is basically you can just, instead of having to place the concrete powder in water and then mine it again to make concrete, you just drop the whole stack or one block into a cauldron and then it turns into concrete, which is nice, and it uses up a layer of water. So that's cool. Then there's custom nether portals, so you can make nether portals round and stuff, as long as it doesn't exceed a predetermined, well, bigness.
I
Then,
zoom
yeah,
Yeah.
size. Then there's the kill empty boat. So basically, it basically just for me it helps with the boat. So basically, I just run a custom command and it'll kill all the boats that are empty. It's not automatic at all. I have to do it. It'll just help with lag if someone places a million boats for no reason. Boat 'em. Anyways, so next thing is larger phantoms. So basically, the more you have insomnia, the larger the phantoms will get. Also, Bodum. Then, next one is silence mob. So if you name a name tag silence me and then you name a mob, it'll rename the mob to silenced and make it so that it won't make any noise. That's just helpful if you're making a zoo or something, or if you have a trap set up with a bunch of mobs, but they're really loud. Phantom. Sorry, I'm really coughing over here.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Anyways, then there's track raw statistics and track statistics. This is basically just helping for just more statistics, so like how many blazes have you killed and things like that that aren't in normal Minecraft.
It'd also be useful for like if we do events or challenges or something like that.
Exactly, so like how many netherrack have you mined and things like that. It'll just be useful for that. Then there's unlock all recipes, which is just simply, as soon as you join, it unlocks all the recipes. That way you don't have the annoying thing in the top right corner as soon as you get a new block of recipes unlocked.
Yeah, and
And
it like
also,
quickly flips through all of the possible things they could do, and it
exactly.
stays
So
on there for a while.
if you want to see like how to make a dispenser or something, you don't know how to make one, you can just go into the book and see without needing to get all the items for it. And then last one is villager death messages. So if a villager dies, you can actually see it in chat, and it'll actually tell you the coordinates of it as well. Oh, and there's one more very important one, due to popular demand of elytra armor, which basically makes it that uh, if you combine like a chestplate and elytra, it'll make an elytra plus chestplate, or basically, well, like you'd think. It basically puts them both in one. Sadly, the mod isn't updated, so it has to be a plugin, which means we can't actually see the chest plate and the elytra on at the same time. You just see the elytra, which is kind of disappointing. But as soon as the mod gets updated, we are going to add it and take away this Vanilla Tweaks plugin. Don't worry, I'll also reimburse all of the people who already put them together. That way they don't lose them. Anyways, that concludes the vanilla tweaks, and yeah. Also, it turns out I also forgot to talk about some plugins and data packs. So the first one we're going to talk about is invisible item frames, which basically, if you put 8 item frames, like in a chest formation in a crafting table, and then put a glass pane in the middle, you get 8 invisible item frames, which, well, self-descriptive. It just it glows when you place it down, but then whenever you place an item in it, it will turn invisible. And yeah, it's really interesting because also if you place down a map or something in it and put glass behind it, you can actually see right through it. But you on the map side, you can't see through it, so it's like one-way glass. It's pretty cool. And yeah,
Okay, so this brings us to our mods. So first we got a voice mod, which I think it's actually called Simple Voice Chat, where basically you can hear other players in game. You've probably maybe seen a few videos about this before. It's usually called like proximity chat in those. Although yeah, you can hear other players that are near you. And there's also a feature where you can join like groups with them, so you can just talk on a call normally, and it's very simple and you don't have to use any external social media programs. But a lot of people are going to be like put off by this and won't want to use it. Although you can always just mute yourself so others can't hear you, and it just kind of adds to the feel of ACS. So
yeah.
you can hear other players, and
Additionally,
it'll be great.
I actually need to add something here. It'll make it if you don't want to hear other players, you can just mute and deafen. I mean, it won't change anything, and if you really, like, you can't put the mod on the computer or something, like you're not allowed or something, it's not, this one is the only mod in here that's not completely mandatory, because, I mean, it's just voice chat. It'll just make things easier. Instead of having to type in chat, you can just, go to someone and talk, and instead of
Yeah,
having to figure out, fumble, as you said, with, like, outside programs like Discord or Hangouts, you can just do it in Minecraft.
yeah, it's very simple. And after this one, we have Optifine, which practically everyone uses, so I don't think it needs that much description. Although, basically, a bunch of other mods that we're using rely on Optifine, which is a good reason for why we're getting it, because of entity models.
So this one
Although,
is mandatory, just so you
yeah,
know.
indeed. Although Optifine is just great to have as well because you got like smooth lighting. So if you hold a torch, it'll light up the area around you, and it'll make glass look a lot smoother, and it won't have those odd lines running through it.
Yeah, won't have that ugly grid pattern.
Yeah, grid
Anyways,
patterns.
next mod we have is Pitch Darkness, which, as we've already said, makes light level 0 places really dark. But yeah, anyways, next one is Better Dogs, and this one is for Delta Moon, which sadly isn't here because she would love to talk about this one. But anyways, um, Better Dogs is basically adding a bunch of different dog textures. So you can have like a poodle and just different dogs like that. And yeah, it adds a bunch of different dog types, and you can actually get them randomly, or you can name a dog a certain name, and it'll turn it into that dog. And
We
there's
100% got this for Delta Moon. So,
yeah, and there's
yeah.
also interesting like nether breeds where basically there's, for example, there's Kerberos, and if you don't know about that dog, take Latin. But anyways, it's a three-headed dog, which is pretty cool, and it's a nether breed. And yeah, sadly though, I don't think there's any end breeds, so you probably won't see me getting any dogs. But I
Uh,
might. You never know. But anyways, yeah, that's the Better Dogs plugin. Next one is Cosmetic Armor, which is basically makes it so that you have armor that you use, like you can wear full netherite, but then have leather armor on your skin, or no armor at all. And that way, it just makes it easier. That way you have full protection without having the ugly sometimes armor on you. So yeah, if you want to look a certain way, for example, like if you have a special skin that you want to show everyone without compromising your armor, you just put that in the cosmetic armor slot and you're good. But yeah, that's cosmetic armor. Um, both sets are dropped upon death, so don't worry about that. Then there's Forgiving Void, which basically makes it that if you fall into the void, it'll teleport you um, up to the top of the world, and by top of the world, I mean like 400 blocks above the height limit type thing, like really high.
400. Wow.
Or
Yeah.
sorry, 400 Y level. So like
Yeah.
only about 80 blocks above the height limit. But anyways, it'll
Th-
teleport you back there. That way you still die of fall damage, but you won't lose all your stuff.
And you have the
And
opportunity to clutch if you need to, which is great.
exactly. And yeah, just and it gives really cool portal vibes, which is really interesting. But anyways,
Indeed. Yeah.
next one is bedspreads, which basically adds you makes it you a bit. Next one is bedspreads, which makes you able to put a banner, like craft a banner with a bed, and it'll make a bed with the banner pattern on the covers, on the sheets.
Dude,
And
I absolutely
yeah,
love this
makes
because
it really good for customizable beds, which is
Mhm.
awesome.
and I have an intense connection to banners, so I love this so much. And you can just like spice up your room a little bit, you
Yeah,
know?
so as you can
That's
tell,
something that we needed.
all the ones so far have been like small, other than, the dog one probably is the like most out there one.
Yeah.
But anyways, all of them is in small cosmetic things. But this next one is actually a little controversial, where basically it's XP storage. Now, before you click off the video and quit ACS,
Yep.
don't worry, it uses a nether star to create one book, and by the way, these books are like, I'm pretty sure they're one-time use, and it's not 100% of getting the XP back. Most of the
Yeah, you
time,
don't
you're
get
probably,
all of it back
yeah, most of the
mostly.
time you'll probably get only 80% of what you put in. So
Mhm.
don't worry about that. There's like three types of the book of different things, and you can you can brew the books into normal uh, awkward potion or bottles of water to turn it into splash XP bottles with the XP that was in the book. So yeah, I just think it's just useful. That way, if you're playing like a mini game or something, you don't lose all your XP. But anyways, yeah, then the next mod is the graveyard, which is basically adds a new structure, which is well, two new structures, which is the graveyard, uh, and the haunted house and stuff. And basically, what it does is, well, it adds a couple new blocks like the gravestone and all that. And yeah, it has some pretty cool custom loot. You can find wither skeletons in some of these as well. And there's actually skeletons. By skeletons, I actually mean the not the mob. I actually mean like armor stand looking skeletons type thing. There's also a couple different new mobs. There's the skeleton creeper, which is basically a faster variant of the creeper. That's it. And yeah, it won't explode either. But
And it's very
anyways,
terrifying.
yeah, it is. Anyways, then there's a couple other ones like a ghost and stuff like that. They're not that. They only appear in the grave structures, so you don't need to worry about any of that. We'll go into more detail later in the video. Then next one is actually ruined equipment. So basically, once your tool hits 0 durability, it'll actually change items basically and go into a ruined tool, and you can't use this to mine anything, and it doesn't have a durability bar anymore. It still keeps all the enchantments, and you just repair the tool with a diamond or another one of the tools, and then you're back to full durability.
And it's similar to how elytras break after using them.
Exactly. Actually, it's exactly like how elytras break.
Hmm.
But yeah. Anyways, next one is medieval weapons. Now, this basically adds a couple new weapons, such as the double-handed axe, the longsword, the dagger, the lance, and the mace. So yeah, there's also I'm pretty sure a couple other ones, but those are the ones with the special abilities. So the double-handed axe is normal damage with an axe, except that it does sweeping damage, and you can actually block with it. Now the long sword is just a normal sword, except that you can block with it. A dagger is same thing as a normal sword, probably less damage, except that it does like double the damage when you're sneaking or invisible. I'm going to be using that one. The lance is extra damage when riding something, whether that be a horse, a strider, a pig, whatever. Extra damage when you're riding something. And then the mace has a chance of applying weakness to the enemy. So yeah, all of these, we tested these out. They're pretty balanced, and if you're wondering where we found this, we actually found this from a YouTube video at like the
Indeed.
last second, like 2 days ago. Anyways,
Also, if you don't mind me mentioning, this is actually like medieval weapons. It's perfect for lore reasons, because a lot of people are
exactly,
sick of like the basic, sword and maybe the axe, and that's all you can do to fight people. Although,
exactly,
you gotta spice it up a little bit. You gotta make it very interesting to fight people,
exactly.
not just a basic duel.
And also, I'm not sure at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that it'll add a couple other ones too that don't have any special things like blocking or anything. It's just a normal different weapon.
Yeah, just other filler weapons,
And if
just
you
to
look
look
at the
cool.
mod, you might think, oh, there's also a healing staff. Why didn't you talk about that? That's because I'm disabling that.
Oh no,
Because it's too OP. But anyways,
it is indeed.
last one is a very simple one. It's called Stitch Snow. Basically, all it does is it makes it that when it's snowing, you know how it creates snow layers? Well, if the snow layer generates next to a block, it'll actually make it taller and taller. That way it just makes smoother slopes everywhere. And yeah, that's all the mods we have for ACS2. And
Yeah.
yeah, do you have anything else to talk about, Alex?
I mean, if we want, we could put up a picture of like an overhead view of the seed, just so people can come up with like where
Ah,
they want to build their
yes,
base.
that reminds me.
Talk about that a
The
bit.
seed. So, the seed is basically, it's not the same one as ACS Season 1 or well, it's not the same as ACS or, ACS Season 0. We don't talk about that server. But
Yeah.
anyways, it's not the same seed as both of those. It's actually a new seed, because 1.18. And personally, I think it's really cool. Here's the map of the seed. And I'm going to circle two areas. Well, okay, I'm going to circle one big area over here, and that's going to be where me, FFP Gamer, and Delta Moon are going to base. And
Yeah.
yeah,
We're
I
gonna
will
run off
not
there.
tell you where the shopping district is yet,
Hmm.
but keep in mind it will not be at spawn, just so you know, and it will be in plains.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the seed number. Yeah,
Of course, for the shopping district, we wouldn't want to do anything like a forest, just so people can actually have room to build,
exactly.
the shops. That's the most important thing.
And you might
So,
think that we're based pretty far from like spawn and the shopping districts and stuff, and that is true. Although I base there, so FFP and Delta base there for lore reasons. I simply base there because I need a big mushroom biome for it, for my base.
hmm
Darkness, also. Come on, connect
no
the
mobs.
dots. Anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I mean, I think we've covered everything we need to cover.
agreed. Well,
I mean,
let's
yeah.
get into actually installing the mods. Okay, so now we're at the part of the video where we are going to show you how to download the mods and all that. So if you're not part of ACS, you can skip to the end to the bloopers. Yes, there are bloopers. I think they're funny, but anyways. Yeah, sadly Delta Moon couldn't join us, and that's pretty much the whole thing of the bloopers. And that's usually how I start all my videos. So yeah, I'll start trying to include those because they're funny. Anyways, so first thing we want to do is install the Minecraft launcher for like the Minecraft Fabric launcher. It won't change anything. It just makes all the fabric stuff work. So basically all you gotta do is just click this. It'll download it. Open up your files. Wait for it to download, and then it should be there. See, I already downloaded it here. You just double click it, and then it'll have a little pop here. Keep it. It should be everything should be fine. Version should be 1.18.1. Then you just click install. Now I already have it, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, then what you want to do is in the in the second link in the description, you click it. It'll bring you here to a MediaFire file. You just download that. You go back into your downloads. It should be downloaded here. Now I made the file. It's already here, so it should be there. All you gotta do is extract all, which will give you this folder. Then you double click the folder and there are all the mods. Now all you gotta do is just click that, copy, and then do %app data %, click .minecraft, click .mods. If you don't have a mods folder, you just do this. You just right click new folder, and then write mods in it. Anywhere, doesn't matter. Make sure it's all lowercase, nothing special. That way it'll recognize it. If you don't do that, it won't recognize it. Then you double click into it. Now I already have these 3 out, but I don't need them anymore. So I'm just gonna delete that, and then you just paste it, and then boom, there are all your mods. And don't worry, we have Optifine, we have OptiFabric, and we have Fabric API in here already. So no need to worry about that. And yeah, we got all the other mods as well. Now you might notice that there's no darkness mod, or pitch darkness or whatever, because that is a resource pack. So don't worry about that. But anyways, that's all you gotta do. And then, yeah, if you want to add other mods like personal HUD mods or HUD mods, just add them in, you'll be fine. And yeah, if you want to play with them, what you gotta do is you gotta open up Minecraft. To do this, make sure you've already opened up Minecraft 1.18, otherwise it won't work without the mods. Once you've done that, close Minecraft, then reopen it. Go over here, there should be one over here that says Fabric Loader 1.18.1. You click that and you click play and you'll have all the mods. Now if there isn't that, you go installations, new installation, over here, and it should be somewhere over here. You should find Fabric Loader 1.18.1. You do that and then that's it. And then you just create, and then I already have it, so over here, and then play, and you're good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. One final thing though, please, please, please remember, unzip it, and don't put the folder in the mods folder. You need to actually put every mod individually or together in the mods folder. You can't put a folder in another folder. It won't recognize that, okay? But yeah, that should work. Also, simple voice chat is also on here. So I suggest going into a single player world beforehand to like mute yourself or something. That way you're not unknowingly like saying stuff and people can hear you.
You can also research about it a bit.
Yeah,
If you didn't want to know how the controls work, like apparently like V is the menu for voice chat, so you can look into that a bit just so you have a better understanding of how it works.
exactly. Sadly, that is all the time we have for today. If you want to look at all these mods, I mean, the names are all here. You just copy and paste into Google, and it should be one of the results. And yeah, thank you for watching, and here's some bloopers of the start of the video. Hi, my name's Ozlock.
Why do you say that? Hello everybody, my name is FFP Gamer. Welcome back to another Minecraft video, and today we will be
That
trying
hi was
out
weird.
yeah. Hi! Hi!
Hi, my name's Ozvox, and I'm here with FFP Gamer.
Howdy. You
And
may have heard about our real estate firm before, and
my
it is
God,
very
dude.
good. Okay.
Hi, my name's Ozvox, and today I'm here with FFP Gamer.
Hello.
And as you've probably seen by the title, we are going to be talking about ACS. And
Indeed
yes,
we
that is starting up again. This is too
Let's just
funny,
talk
okay?
normally.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Hi, my name's Ozvox, and today I'm here with FFP Gamer.
Hello.
Sadly, Delta Moon couldn't join us today, but as you've seen by the title, we are going to be talking about ACS.
Yeah, we make good replacements for Delta Moon currently.
follow my lead, okay?
Hi, I'm Ozavox, and welcome back to...
Hi, my name's Ozvox, and today I am here with FFP Gamer and Delta Moon.
Hello.
Hi! And today we are going to be talking about ACS, as you've probably seen by the title. Now,
Yeah.
what do you think about this, Alex?
Oh, I think this is a great, I love ACS. I've been waiting for it for a while, and I just cannot wait to start it, and there's a lot of stuff we need to get into. What about you, Delta Moon? What do you have to say about this?
Well, I'd like to add that I just can't wait for ACS2, and that stands for, Asset Craft Season 2 now, so I'm just so happy about that.
This is so stupid. And I'm
Hi,
here.
my name's Ozvox, and today joining me is FFP Gamer and Delta Moon.
Salutations.
Hi! As you can probably tell, Delta Moon is definitely here.
Yes. We were able to get her to join this call for this video, so that is a great thing to have. Yeah,
Today.
today. At the moment. Without further ado, we will further this
video
amazing communication video where we
with
explain what
audio
is
and
happening.
video.
Yeah,
Okay,
audio and video
okay.
included.
Let's do this for real.
Okay.